What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Brickanics and another episode of building the Inferno on Endor, which is our large LEGO Star Wars MOC based on Battlefront 2, featuring the Inferno Squad. Last week, we built the hill up around this bunker. We added all of the plant work and some different rocks in here as well, which I think is looking pretty good. I already started working on adding some additional landscape here as I try to cover this area in preparation for Platform 4. Not only are we going to be adding Platform 4, but we also have to finish our waterfall and the additional rock work right here, as well as the rock work right here. So we'll see what we get into this week. But first, I think I want to focus on this middle computer console, as I think I'm ready to cover this and build the hill up over top. But before we can do that, we've got to add the console, get the console lit up, and add minifigures in here as well, because I don't think I want to be taking that lid off too often after we get it on there. So let me go ahead and start playing around with this. So I began this center computer console without much of a plan as to how I would incorporate lights or let alone build it. I figured using these modified 2x4 plates would provide a good foundation to the console and allow me to weave the wire for the lights through it. To create the base of the console itself, I used jumper plates so that I could center 2x3 plates on the base. That way I could build a box around the perimeter and have a hollow center, and I figured I would place the LED strip light down in the hole of this box. That way I could add some sort of translucent bricks or something to light up, but at this point I still wasn't sure exactly what I was going to add into the console. So once I actually had the LED light in place, I decided that I would experiment by placing translucent red bricks on top of the strip lights, which actually ended up working out surprisingly well. This was my first idea and it worked out so great because the bricks are sitting on top of the strip light, which raises them above the surrounding bricks just a little bit, which ends up providing a unique bit of detail that I'll show you here in a second. And then just the final piece to this puzzle was adding the printed pieces for the computer elements, as well as holding these bricks in place. Alright, well, I'm sure future Andy did a great job explaining how this center computer console was built, but present Andy is blown away by how lucky I got with the offset of the strip light below those translucent red bricks. Wait until you see this. Like, are you kidding me? Look how just amazing that looks. That's just such a cool little detail added in here, and just all this different red working together. It's really looking pretty cool. Sorry for kind of the jerky camera work here, but man, I'm really excited about that. That just looks really neat. And man, I didn't plan for that, but it just worked out. So that worked out really well. I'm still pleasantly surprised at how well that center console came together. Really kind of a cool little thing right there. So what I can do right now, having that done, is I can start thinking about how to put the roof on here and how to wire up the strip lights to kind of shine down into the bunker once the roof is on top. So let me go ahead and take a little bit of time to figure that out, and we'll see what I come up with. The first thing I did was to replace a few tiles with jumper plates so I could add minifigures, and as the Empire is responding to an attack, I thought it would be cool to show stormtroopers rushing into battle from the hallway. But the more challenging part was creating a roof that was sturdy but also allowed for the installation of LED strip lights from Light My Bricks. And once I had the roof installed, I had to put my electrician's hat on because it was time to connect the wires. And after my fat thumbs got everything wired, I actually created little like housing units for the lights in the hallway. Now, the front of the bunker had its own challenges as I did not have supports in place for the roof, so I designed a removable section that would also cover the front entrance hallway, which will make the process of building onto the top a lot easier, and I'll explain why in a bit. All right, are you guys ready for this? I am just, oh man, oh my gosh, I just can't put it into words right now. This is the biggest moment in this build series to date. The reveal of the lights inside the bunker. As you saw, we got the roof on here, and I'm gonna do something cool on top of here, which we'll talk about in a minute. But let me switch over to my phone, and I'm gonna show you guys the inside of this bunker. All right, guys, here it is, the moment we've all been waiting for. The interior of the bunker on Endor. And don't those lights just look amazing? They just do so much for the interior here. It just looks excellent. Just looks so good. There's the 3 Light My Bricks LED strip lights there in the roof lighting up this room. And we have the blue light here on the console, which is looking good. We have the red lights on the walls in the back, which add a nice bit of detail. And we have the lights just in here lighting up whatever that is. And then we also have some lights in the floor, if you remember, and that's just the right amount of illumination on the floor. I think that's looking really cool. And then we have this little bit of light detail on the center computer console, which is nice. So we have some stormtroopers at the back there looking to hold down that entranceway, because as you know, we're gonna have rebels on the other side of the entranceway looking to break in to this bunker. And now if we look over here on the left side, we have this hallway lit up, which is looking nice. And this hallway is just a little bit brighter than the other one, because the 2 LED lights you see up there, they don't have as much space to light up, so it's a little bit brighter. But the red light details are looking nice on the walls on the left and right. And unfortunately, the lights on the floor, I have lights underneath these grills, they aren't showing up as well, I guess because it's a little bit brighter in here. So those aren't showing up as well, but that's okay. And yeah, these guys are racing to the front entrance of the bunker here to help secure it. And if we back out, that's kind of the look that we have right here. And wow, that looks pretty cool, pretty awesome. All right, so it's completely dark in the room now. I thought it would be cool to see what it looked like with the lights off, and absolutely awesome. That's just so cool. Man, lights really do so much for the build. Just gives you a lot of different things you can do. Looking very cool. So my plan for the top here is, obviously we're going to build the hill over top, and we're going to add plants and everything up here. And this piece here, which I'm going to very carefully try and pull up with one hand, I'm going to build directly onto this, right? So that's just going to have grass and plants and everything on top of it, as well as some additional details. You can see the top-down view here, but that's how that's going to be there. And then on this side, I'm going to tile it off in such a way that the top piece is going to be separate. It's not going to be snapped down. It's just going to kind of slide on top. So then what I can do is I can slide, the top off and then pop this off. And that way I can still access the lights in the inside of the bunker if I need to. This side over here, a little bit more difficult, but we'll still have the same type of concept. And that way the sides will be built up, top will slide off, and then this will pop off with the plants and everything on top of it. And then we'll be able to access the inside here and continue working on it. So you may have noticed some of the wall details in the hallway inside the bunker, as well as the main room within the bunker. If you're interested in learning how to do that, watch this video right here. In this video, that's where I actually tried it for the first time and where I learned the technique for myself, and I share some of the how-to within the video. So make sure you check that out. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so YouTube will let you know when I post my next video or upload my next video, and make sure to hit the like button. Thank you guys always for following this series and being a part of this channel, and I'll see you on the next build.